guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm going to kind of do a little bit of a different video this time around. Just going to talk about a fragrance that I actually just got in the swap, but I did try this one a while back. Brandon and I did a discovery set video. I will post that video down in the description below. But we did a discovery set video of this house, Rirana, and I completely forgot about this fragrance, honestly. I forgot how good it was because if you watched the video, which I actually rewatched it the other day, we just really quickly went through the samples and briefly touched on them, but we didn't really go too far in depth on the fragrances. But this one, looking back, looking back at my reaction, I did talk about this one, and I think I really did like it whenever I tried it, but we just quickly moved on to another fragrance. But yeah, so without further ado, it's going to be Iris Ambrette from the House of Rirana Parfums. I've done a couple of videos on this house. I want to say I did one on Salty Citrus, and I had another one called Wood Cereal, which is kind of a weird name, but that's probably one of my favorite fragrances from this house. Until I got to this one. I think the reason why I did kind of dumb this one down a little bit is because it reminded me of Dior Homme. Now, I will say right off the bat, I'm not going to try to lead up to any kind of like cliffhangers or trying to have you guys sitting at the edge of your seat. This is a Dior Homme killer. If you like Dior Homme from the House of Christian Dior that came out a while back, not the new one, all right, not the new one that just came out, which I think is a complete disgrace. Some people out there are saying they like that fragrance. I don't know what happened. It smelled to my nose anyway, and honestly, I've sprayed it on my hand, and I didn't get anything that reminded me of the original Dior Homme with the new version they put out. I think it was like last year. So anyway, I'm sorry, I'm really ranting on that, but I did not like that fragrance. But if you like the original composition, formulation, whatever you want to call it, of Dior Homme, you're going to love Iris Ambrette from Rirana. So I'm going to give you guys a little bit of information about this fragrance. It is a unisex powdery floral woody musk fragrance from the House of Rirana Parfums. Don't know the nose behind this fragrance. Don't know the year it came out. But I do know this is an extrait de parfum concentration. Says it on the bottom there. This is a 50 ml bottle. And the notes for this fragrance, there's just a list of notes here. Iris, Ambrette, that's in the name. Lavender, cedarwood, vetiver. And everywhere else I did, those were the only notes. But I did go on a picture, and I'll post that picture here on their website. And they did add the note of lime. So I don't know why they did that. Maybe it was a mistake. But they did add that there right at the end. So I was just curious. But it's not anywhere else. So we'll just stick with the notes, the first 5 or so notes that I gave you guys. But what do I like about this fragrance? I like that it smells like Dior Homme. Now, there's been some other Dior Homme clones out there, if you want to call them clones. One, for instance, I have in my collection is Valentino Uomo. And the Intense, which I guess the Intense is closer to Dior Homme Intense. But yeah, so the Valentino is going to be a close fragrance to Dior Homme. There was also YSL Gentleman Parfum. I think that one's closer to DHI as well. But it still has that sort of iris lipsticky feel. And for a cheapie out there, there is La Futura Homme from the House of Armaf, I believe. But this one here is probably the best, the closest to Dior Homme. Now, again, I will be fair. I didn't try them side by side, but just going off of memory, this did remind me a lot of Dior Homme. Had that iris, that lipsticky cosmetic feel. Had a little bit of that chocolatey feel, even though there's no chocolate in this. I did get like that cocoa feel, which was really nice. In this fragrance, and this one had better performance. Let me go ahead and just spray my hand because this will be my scent of the evening. Now, I will warn you guys about Rirana Parfums. They're very high concentration of oils. So when you spray this stuff on, it really is more oil than alcohol. So it sprays on super light. So you're not going to get like that really cold alcohol sort of watery sort of spray. It's very dry and oily. I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's a lot of oil in this stuff. So not sure if you should spray your clothes super close with this fragrance. I'm not sure if it's going to stay on there or not, but I would assume that if it's higher concentration of oils, it's probably going to leave an oil mark on your shirt. But yeah, this one starts off very, very sharp with the iris note. If you like that lipsticky iris note that you got from Dior Homme, you're going to love this opening. It smells just like it, if not better. Stronger, sharper, has more bite. This has cedar wood in it. The cedar wood's very, very prominent. It's ironic. I do get a little bit of that lime as well. So I don't know if there is lime in this or not, but I do get a touch of lime. I think it's all. It's if it is if it isn't lime, I'm going to say it's maybe some vetiver mixed with something else. But I will say this is a very nice take on that DNA. I would suggest if you guys like that fragrance or even love it, but you think that the performance isn't that great on Dior Homme, you might want to get your hands on this one. Now this one's $130, and this isn't a sponsored video. I got this fragrance in a swap, but I have been very impressed with the House of Rirana because they do very, very high concentrations of oils in their fragrances, and they last a very long time. But yeah, $130 for a 50 mil. Is it worth it? In my opinion, if you like Dior Homme, yes, I think this is worth the money. This is my opinion, guys. I know that you guys are going to disagree with me, some of y'all out there anyway, and that's fine. But in my opinion, if you like that fragrance, you're going to love this one. The longevity I got with this fragrance was 8 hours. Now, this isn't a beast by any means, but I did get very good longevity for this fragrance. And I want to say that's way better, like above and beyond better than the original Dior Homme. The projection was very good. Now, this isn't extrait de parfum. This is not a beast, but it's very, very good. If you put this stuff in your clothes, like I said, not to maybe put it on a white shirt or anything that's probably going to stain. But if you happen to get a couple of, like a mist of it or a couple of drops of it on your shirt, this stuff's going to last for ages. I wore this fragrance to watch the Mavs beat the Suns the other night in Game 7, and I hung up my jersey afterwards. I could still smell wafts of it coming in my from my closet, which was fantastic. So the projection on this is very, very good. You hear it straight, you're thinking it's going to fill up a room, it's going to be beast mode. I'm not going to say it's that. It is very, very good, though. You will not be disappointed, in my opinion, with the projection. That's just my skin, my experience with this fragrance. Seasons for this fragrance, like I did say, this one did remind me of the original Dior Homme. So it's going to be for the maybe warmer months of the year, even though this one does have a bit more punch, and it also has a little bit of that cocoa vibe that the Dior Homme Intense brings to the table. So maybe summer evenings. It might be a little bit too potent for super hot. So we'll say like spring, maybe a summer evening when it's warmer. Fall when it's a little bit warm / cool. This is bordering the seasons here. You might be able to wear this one year round, honestly, but I'm just sort of really trying to figure out when the best time of year to wear this one. It might be safe to say this one's going to be year round, just to play it safe and just go ahead and put it there. But man, this one it really does, to my nose, it has the biteness or the sharpness and that bite of the original, but it has like that powdery, almost cocoa feel of the Intense version. So wherever you guys wear those fragrances, you're probably going to want to wear this one. Occasions for this fragrance. Again, going back to what I just said about how it reminds me of both fragrances. At times, I'm going to say this is going to be best for all occasions. It's going to be safe enough for work. I think it's going to be good for casual wear. I also think it's good for date night, going out, suit and tie. Wherever you wore Dior Homme and or Dior Homme Intense, again, this is not like super chocolatey, but this one is strong enough to where you get the DHI vibe with this fragrance. So suit and tie, evening out, might be strong enough for a club. We'll see. Again, this isn't a beast mode, but it is an extrait, so you might get noticed with this one. We'll see. I don't go to clubs very often anymore, so that'll be up to you guys to figure that one out. But this one's really good for all occasions. Ages, I'm gonna say, are 25 and up. Really, because I think that when Dior Homme came out, it sort of took the fragrance world by storm. I think I read an article somewhere. I read someone comment that, and I think that's true because the composition wasn't used before, at least to my knowledge. So I think when a fragrance company came out with Iris and these other things to give it was almost like a feminine fragrance, but it was for men, and it sort of changed the game a little bit, and it sort of made things, it made it appropriate to wear floral fragrances for men, as long as you butch them up a little bit with some woody notes. And that's what Dior Homme did, and that's what this fragrance does. But it is $150. So I will say that this might not be the most crowd-pleasing fragrance for a younger guy. My guys out there who know Dior Homme, you appreciate it for what it is. You guys know what it's about. It's very earthy. It's rooty. It's floral with the iris. It has that lipstick note. It's a little chocolatey from somewhere. That's what this fragrance brings to the table as well. So I think that older, not super older, but mature noses will really appreciate this DNA, and you'll be able to easily afford this one. $150 for 50 mil, I think, is worth this fragrance, but that's up to you guys to decide. That's just me because I really like Dior Homme, and this fragrance is a better version of that one. But I don't really have to say much for the overall section, honestly, because I really sort of said that in the entrance or the intro. But this is a really good fragrance, and if you like Dior Homme or Dior Homme Intense, I think you should get your nose on this one. Maybe buy a sample. They sell sample sets on the website, and or you just pull the trigger on this one. But this really is for Dior Homme fans, Dior Homme Intense fans. If you guys like Valentino, this one to me has more of a mineral sort of note to it that I wasn't a big fan of. This one sort of does it right for me. I think it really is the closest thing to Dior Homme that has better performance. So I will leave it there without saying Dior Homme too many more times. I just really like this fragrance, guys. You guys, buy at your own risk. Don't get this fragrance on my account. Get a sample. I do believe, like I said before, they sell samples of this fragrance. But I do think that if you like Dior Homme, you're going to like this fragrance. I think it's worth trying, guys. So let me know your thoughts on Iris Ambrette down in the comments below. I'd love to hear your experience with this fragrance. Guys, thank you so much for watching the video on my channel. If you like this video, please click that like button, subscribe to my channel, and turn on notifications for future first impressions videos and first city content just like this, guys. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Dollars and Cents. There you can find first lady photos and future contest winners, guys. And as always, until next video, you guys take care. Thanks.